On Newsnight today we talk about Bubu. It's not what you're thinking about. Bubu is Buy Uganda, Build Uganda. That's a policy that's going to be launched tomorrow by government of Uganda. They want you to support local products, local services. Let's talk about that on Newsnight.
Newsnight is brought to you by Kyambadde Electric Mart, proudly associated with Chint.
My guest is the Honorable Amelia Kyambadde. She's the Minister of Trade and Industry, and she was, for obvious reasons, excited about that fish farmer. And she wants you and I to support such as opposed to importing fish. That's what Bubu is about. Good evening, Honorable.
Good evening. How are you today?
Okay, so tomorrow, Bubu is going to be launched. Buy Uganda, Build Uganda as a policy. And the question that is on the mind of many Ugandans is quality. Quality. They will say we want to support our local people, we want to support the products and services and buy them and use them, but the standards many times are below par. Right. Have we addressed that, even as we hope to encourage Ugandans to buy local?
Yeah. Thank you very much for hosting me today. When you talk about Bubu, Bubu has several components. It has the component of buying goods from the local market. It has another component of employment and services, and ensuring that our products are on the supermarket shelves, but also prioritizing employment of some disadvantaged groups, for example, the youth, gender, and all those. Bubu is premised on the PPD Amendment Act, I think it's Section 50, where it gives preference to the supply of local goods and services. Many people would say, why are we introducing Bubu when we are in regional integration? A number of all these countries have got their own version of local content. And the main reason for doing that is to support the local manufacturers. And that's where I'll answer your question about quality and quantity. It's a process. Quality, as far as quality is concerned, we have the National Bureau of Standards, which we intend to empower further to be able to cater or to verify the goods that we have on the market. We are not going to cover all goods. As government, we have prioritized some commodities. For example, textiles. You're going to ask me, how many textile mills do we have in the country?
A very valid question. I'm glad you asked yourself that question.
We have started with uniforms. An emphasis is on the security uniforms. For example, we're importing uniforms from China. So now we're looking at prisons, police, army, those security organizations, and instead of importing, they're buying their uniforms from at least 40%, not the entire consignment, but we can say at least 40%.
So there's a bit of some work that is ongoing.
Yes, and they've already started.
Okay, Honorable, my time is limited, but some clarifications. The President has issued many directives, most of which just dissipate, they don't get acted upon. Of course, this is as a result of the presidential directive.
Yes. Tomorrow
it's going to be launched as a policy. Yes. But truth be told, many of these government policies, they just gather dust, they don't get acted upon. As we talk about local content, our good parliament, to which belong the other day, we understood, bought imported furniture worth 150 million Uganda shillings, and yet we can do those things here. So if even at that level, we are not pushing this through, how do we make sure this policy actually gets implemented?
We already have an implementation strategy, which we are also launching tomorrow. And in so doing, we catalogue all the MSMEs that are producing a certain product. We catalogue, we find out, for example, we have done that with iron and steel. We have done it with HEMA, and we have made sure that they qualify for some of the big projects that government is carrying out. For example, Karuma. For example, yes, Karuma and now Bujagali that is coming on. So we catalogue them. We have an implementation strategy. You catalogue them, and then we lobby or make sure that they are favored during the bidding process. So implementation is, we have actually started, as I told you, with the uniforms, but it's going to roll out over a period of time. It's not something that's going to happen overnight.
Finally, Honorable, I know many a time I've had you voice concerns, you know, for your traders, and they have told you, look, the taxes are heavy on us, and that is why commodities that are imported are way cheaper, and so Ugandans will go for what's cheaper for obvious reasons than the locally manufactured stuff here. Why? Because the taxes and so on, it becomes a little bit more expensive. How do we drive that to make sure that as we tell Ugandans, buy local, build Uganda, it's actually affordable? Because if somebody goes to the shop, they'll go for what's cheaper, and if it's from China, they'll go for that.
So the onus is upon us also to ensure that we tax the products that we have. For example, if we have iron and steel, let's say if we have iron sheets here, we're producing iron sheets here. So if you are importing iron sheets from Tanzania, or from another country, we're going to charge you. We're going to tax you. So it will be more expensive for you to import rather than buy from a local manufacturer.
Okay, that clearly is a good boost. Honorable, tonight we set the stage. Tomorrow after the launch, clearly this conversation will go on as we keep encouraging Ugandans to buy Uganda and build Uganda. Yes. Thank you for talking to us.
And I thank you for the support. And I'm sure you're going to support us and build and bring in more Ugandans here to discuss different issues that concern our country.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. So that you'll be buying Uganda and building Uganda.
That's very important. Just like wanting to watch NTV and very little of CNN and Al Jazeera because they need to build local. Thank you, Honorable Minister, for talking to us.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And
thank you for hosting me.
Where's News 9?